Hi, welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about um, who works harder between men and women. Do men work harder than men, or do men work harder than women, or do women work harder than men? Well, that's an ambiguous question. Um, so, so some people claimed this man claimed that he works harder than that men work harder than women, and gave reasons they gave reasons saying because all the hard work, all the jobs that are out there that are physically demanding and so on, like say construction, and like there's a lot of manly jobs, and all these ones are done by men. The ones that are physically challenging, most of them are done by men, and there's only few women doing those jobs. So because of that, men work harder than women. Um, and then on the other side, some women will say women work harder than men, and the reasons that they gave was where because they say women do it all. They do it all. They do everything men do, and extra saying so because they're saying women can do everything that a man can do, even if it's physically challenging. Women can still do it, you know. And on top of doing all that, the fact that women give birth, they get pregnant, they carry a pregnancy and to full term and give birth, that and help men raise the children. In some circumstances, women raise the children by themselves, and breastfeeding and everything. So women actually, because of all that, women work harder. And also the fact that once a woman has had the child, whether she's married or not, or whether she lives with a partner or not, she can't progress in a career as fast or as efficient as a man, because she has to, because of the taking time off work for maternity leave. And every time she goes back, if they decide to have more than one child, every time she goes back to work, her career is not progressing. The people she started working with have gone up and up the ladder, and she keeps staying in the same position, really. Sometimes stepping back because she has to go on maternity leaves, and these higher positions are quite demanding. So the more you're off to go on maternity leave, or the more you're off to look after your children because they need you, maybe they're sick or stuff like that, or they need to be picked up from nursery and stuff like that, all those things can be challenging if you're in a really high position. So there's a lot of women, because of all that sacrifice that women put in trying to raise children, carry the children in through pregnancy, being there for them all the time and working. It just shows that women work harder than men, because in most cases, in some cases, men, after the wives have had the baby, they go back to work. After they will have maybe 1 or 2 weeks off, and then back to work, and sometimes less than that, those 2 weeks off, and they're back to work, back to the same position, and they can just go higher and higher. They can just go up and up the ladder. But the women, it's hard for them to keep going up and up, because the more you earn, the more time you have to put in, and the more energy and effort you have to put in. But if you're raising small children, it can be extremely challenging. Women can do it. They do it. Women do it. They are in higher positions, higher jobs, and they're giving birth, they're raising children, and they're doing it. So for those reasons, some women say women work harder than men. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really. At the end of the day, everyone work hard. It just depends on how you look at it. It just depends on how you see how hard is hard. You know what I mean? Um, so, like I said, it's an ambiguous question, and everyone has completely different answers and reasons to the answers. So it just depends on who you ask. And I'm just personally, I don't have an opinion on this. I don't know what to. I have no opinion on this, but it's just saying it's just a scenario that took place, and that was the discussion. But yeah, everyone work hard. I don't know. It depends. Like, does it mean working hard? Does that automatically equal earning more or earning a lot? I don't know. So also, now that we're talking about earning, let's shift this conversation to something else. Actually, should I save that for the next video? Yeah, I'll save that for the next video, and it's gonna be about earning and spending, earning money and spending money. So anyway, to wrap this up, both men and women do work hard, but in terms of who work harder, I have no clue. I have no idea. But the fact that obviously I can see why women would say they work harder, and then obviously if we're considering the fact that women get pregnant and give birth, because it is hard to carry a pregnancy to full term. Your body is being used to produce another human being, so that is hard enough, and it causes risks to the woman, to the woman's health and life, and also, just because you've had a baby, you've carried the pregnancy, it doesn't end there. You still have to raise the children, which is an amazing opportunity. Well, it is hard. It doesn't come easy. It's really hard because you have to deal with there's a lot going on in that area. If we're considering that, yes, women work really hard, but also that is just given. Women have to carry the pregnancies because that's how women are designed. Men can't carry pregnancy. If it was the other way around, men would carry pregnancy because that's not how men are biologically designed to carry pregnancies. Then they can't. So in a way, it would be unfair to use that point against men and say that women work harder than men. They can't help the fact that they can't be pregnant. Men, they can't help that. It's just, if they could, they would. Just like women, if you choose to, if you carry a baby and you're pregnant, you can't help it. Your body will do what it needs to do. It will carry the pregnancy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's just, like I said, it depends on who you're asking, and it's ambiguous. So there could be lots and lots and lots of responses to this, and lots and lots and lots of reasons, and they're all valid in a way. So I'll leave this video here, and I'll thank you for listening if you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.